guys. Jacob didn't do calls for those last 2 sets, and you guys got, like, not only did you know the pattern coming, but you did the patterns, which is quite impressive. So round of applause for you.
Sneaky on you.
Yeah, sneaky. Okay, so, good?
Yeah.
Great. Recap, Mission City Swing, week 3, fundamentals. I'm Melissa.
I'm Jacob.
Here's what we did today.
Cool. So let's see. After the basic review and everything, we put a little bit more focus on anchoring and some connection stuff. Cool. So we talked about how a good way to get the feeling for what we're trying to look for in that anchored position is to actually just kind of grab our partner's hand. Our arms aren't totally dead, but we're squeezing those oranges on our armpits, and then we have our swing hold here.
We're trying to avoid T-Rex hands.
Yes, trying to avoid T-Rex hands. So we just take a few steps back from here. We start to feel that sensation of stretch. This is basically exactly what we're looking for. Cool. And then from here, we can also move into a closer, as we're trying to get better anchor position, we adjusted our feet into what we call West Coast swing third position. We're just like so. And then Melissa has her weight back over her left heel. I have my weight over my right heel. So it's a pretty good anchor position. We can achieve this.
Yeah, we called it, this is our 5 and 6. When we say 5 and 6, for the sake of this class, it's anchor step, it's this feel.
Yeah, 5 and 6 and anchor step are synonymous.
For the sake of this class.
For the sake of this class. Not in Cool. So then from there, we talked about compression, right? This is a feeling of a sensation of stretch at the moment, and we are learning some patterns in compression. Cool. So those patterns were a sugar push and a sugar tug. Right? So we practiced this feeling of compression up high, where we were like so. And we were kind of leaning in a little bit. Our hands staying in place, even as we get closer. Now feel like compression increases. The hands stay right in the middle between us in the shared space. We then tried that lower, making sure we were focusing on that hand and taking note of where followers should feel that sugar push. Cool, right? So yeah, right like the base of the fingers there. Cool, and then we were practicing doing that same drill, like so, just lower. And then we kind of lean back and lower. You could roughly get a sense for this feeling. If you have like a counter, you could like put your hands against the counter and lean against that. That'll give you a pretty good feeling for what we want this compression to be.
And we also talked about how we match the compression that we're feeling. So if our partner, say for followers, if we come in on the sugar push and we want to give a lot of compression, that our leader's going to have to match that so we don't knock them over, right? And similarly, if we're on the tuck, the same thing, that we're going to match what we're doing.
Cool. We then just like pretty quickly went over the footwork for leaders and followers. So for leaders, that was 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Taking note that on that 3 and 4, kind of slightly leaning forward. Cool. As a leader, we also then want to talk about the having that feeling of like we were catching an egg on that 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6.
For followers, our forward for the push, we're filling the space that our leader gives us. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. And we're gonna, in our push, we're gonna fill that space that they give us. I think that's all we got.
Cool. When we did the push, one quick note here for the push was that my elbows do go behind my body as I give me some more space to have a more soft, comfortable catching of my partner before I then reset the follower out. Well, when we move to the sugar tuck, leaders, our footwork was the same. The only thing that we have different was that hand that goes up, right? On 2, we have 1, 2, but then we're still having that same sensation of kind of softly catching before we redirect. Just also with that hand, we don't need to be aggressive. aggressive and fast about pulling it back down. Really just trying to kind of create a nice big space for a follower to go.
Yeah, for followers, our footwork, so we're going to follow our hand. So we're going to, 1, 2, our hand comes up. Our leader moving our hand here, our foot's going to follow where our hand is. We're going to pivot around it, come back down for 5 and 6. We said we're not going to like speed through that turn. We don't want to lose our timing, so we're going to take it nice and slow. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. That was
a good
it.
practice out.
Great job.